Looking for in-depth analysis on life insurance and how to stay relevant in the insurance business? You're listening to James Roberts, the Truth Teller, on Midgard Life Insurance Services Radio.
Welcome, everyone. You're listening to Midgard Life Insurance Radio. I am your host, James Roberts, the Truth Teller. And on this episode 4, we are going to be discussing what exactly is term insurance. Well, there's several types of policies out there. There's term, standard whole life, and final expense whole life. Obviously, there's more policies, but I'm in the final expense industry, and we have to kind of navigate through term, standard whole life, and final expense. And with saying that, for the next 3 episodes, I'm going to be breaking down the difference between the 3. On this first one, we're going to talk about term insurance. Obviously, there's a variety. I know there might be insurance agents listening to this episode, but this is for the consumer. We're only going to talk about just a general term policy because there's a variety of different type of term policies. But this is the most common for seniors that they typically get. So there's a senior discount card organization out there that markets to seniors heavily because they're within their demographic. And they have an underwriter. And unfortunately, a lot of the seniors are picking up this term insurance policy through the mail and not really knowing what exactly they're getting. So how term insurance works is they give you a low payment for a lot in coverage. But there's a caveat with that. It's going to eventually expire depending on what type of term you get. In addition, typically between 4 to 5 years, the payment will start to increase. So let's just kind of dig down into it. This is in general. So let's say, for example, the average magic number within term insurance is either 80 years old. And let's hypothetically say you took a term policy out when you were younger in your 30s. Where every 4 to 5 years, that payment started to increase, you were in good health, and you were qualifying. Well, let's say you hit 65, and now the payment has really started to increase, and you're kind of like, you read your policy, and you notice right there in the fine print, it says, how long can I keep this insurance? Well, you could keep this protection until it ends at the age of 80, regardless of your health. So what does that mean? That means you've had that insurance for approximately 50 years, from 30 to 80, 50 years, and now it expired on you, even if you are in perfect health. So now you have wasted all of this money. You have no cash value, and that policy expired and you have no coverage. So now you go onto the open market trying to get some form of standard whole life insurance. And as a result, A, the payment is going to be astronomical because now you're in your 80s. B, we have to see if you qualify for the program. So it could be extremely problematic. In addition, when you take a term policy out, you're basically betting against yourself. You're basically saying, hey, I'm going to die before this term expires. Picture term as termination insurance. It will eventually expire. So you have to really ask yourself, why am I taking a term policy out? Is it to just kind of hedge a bet? If you are like in a high risk profession, if you're a truck driver, you're something high risk, you're in construction, just in case you die, the family gets a nice payout. Is this a inheritance type of policy, or is it for your burial? Well, if it's for your burial, this isn't necessarily what you want because it's not final expense. This is term insurance. And as a result, term insurance, sometimes it could be problematic in the time that it pays out. It may take anywhere between 4 weeks to 6 months to pay out, depending on the carrier, the coroner, if they release death certificates, etc. I could dig deeper into this, and I most likely will in another episode. I usually try to keep these episodes within 5 minutes. So just remember, term will eventually expire. Pricing goes up. You typically have to qualify to jump into the next category or the next group when your age increases, and it takes longer to pay out. Also ask yourself, why am I taking this insurance out? Is it for inheritance or is it to cover my burial? Because ultimately you never want to assign a policy over to a funeral home, because that's no good. And with saying that, just remember, don't drink the tea on the left or drink the coffee on the right. Just don't drink the Kool-Aid. And you have a good one. Talk to you soon. This was episode 4, Term Insurance. Thank you. If you would like more information or a free quote regarding life insurance, please give us a call at area code 661-228-3890. If you're a licensed agent in California and Nevada and you would like to become more successful, please give us a call at the same number, 661-228-3890, and leave a message.